The days keep coming and they don't stop coming. And that lyric takes on a new meaning as you enter into adulthood. And when I am speaking of adulthood, I'm talking about the newer research that found that moving from adolescence into adulthood actually happens when you're 32. Okay? Yeah, I read it in an article. And when I say that, I don't mean I watched a TikTok video. I mean, I literally read an article that said that. And it checks out. Really. I don't think you're really a fully formed adult until you're 32. That's how old I am this year. And I still don't feel like a fully formed adult. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's no surprise. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what I'm doing. And I sometimes wonder on days like today if I'll ever know what I'm doing. I feel like one day I will look back and say, oh, yeah, you know what? All of that, I understand why all of that was the way it was. And I felt like I was running around like a headless chicken. But what was really happening was things were lining up for me. And I have an overarching concept, let's say, that I wouldn't tell people about. Like there's like an overarching feeling, an understanding of the direction that I'm moving in, but it's not something that can be spoken. It's not something that can be spoken about. You know, I don't love when people ask me even like, what are you doing? Like, what's your plan? What's next? And that's a question that family loves to ask. Old coworkers like to ask that. And I don't like it. I don't like that question because, first of all, it's a surprise. Second of all, that's between me, Jiminy Cricket, and the feral cat that just moved into the hood that still has its fuzzy little balls that I fed yesterday. He knows. I know. But I can't express any more of it to the public because it's delicate. And am I making any sense? Am I speaking in riddles? The sheep jumped over the fence across the bridge and skedaddled into the apple tree. So you tell me. Any hooty-doo, a little bit about me, what's been going on this week. I filmed a little collaboration with Maggie's Organics yesterday. That was super fun. Filming a brand deal today, which is very exciting. And I was out in a little secret forest spot, like a little hiding gnome, because I don't like filming in public in where I live because my town is small and I just see people I know everywhere and I just feel weird. I just feel awkward. So I don't really film in public. But if I'm in a city, girl, I don't even care. If I'm surrounded by people I'm never going to see again, paparazzi, please. Anyways, I was in my secret little nook filming my brand deal, and these tween boys show up and start hooting and hollering and getting up in my space. I'm like, hello, there's a whole forest. This is my gnome hole. Shouldn't you be in high school? They look like they were there to toke marijuana. So I had to get... Oh, they're coming down now. So I did that yesterday, and it brought me alive a little bit. It was nice. I would love to do more of that. And I'm trying to move my body more. And I'm also trying to just take my routines a little bit more seriously. And the other thing I'm trying to do I even need to say it? You guys been knowing. Declutter my space. And it just goes on and on and on and on. And it started to feel like, is this my karma? Did I do something bad in a past life that forced me to live in a constant state of decluttering. I wish I could step foot into my house and be like, wow, there's not a single thing that needs to be done here. Like, I can just live and exist in my space and like do what I actually want to do without like this, just all of this stuff hanging over my head. Fit literally, metaphorically, and literally hanging over my head. Anyway, so let's clean up my space. Actually, you guys, JK party naked. I didn't know what time it was. It's actually like almost 7. And I have to figure out what to make for dinner again. Honestly, it never ends. I just want to order a pizza. But my stomach hasn't been happy lately, and neither has my wallet. Nothing in there. Oh my gosh. The last thing I want to do right now is cook. I'm ordering a pizza. So, little update for you guys. I did, in fact, order a pizza with a gluten-free crust. So I'm going to utilize this time I have between now and my pizza to clean up the kitchen, to do a little dish action. So you can hang out with me, okay?
Pen and I head to the adjoining room. I feel there is a widening gap between us and his photos of the eco farm and the living napkins, with some flowers in a vase and
peering out through splintered sunlight.
Made a little salad to join my pizza. And here's my pizza. Hello. And I'm trying to get through Outlander. I am not enjoying this last season. I'm like fast forwarding shit. I don't know what is going on, but it's so boring. But obviously I have to watch it. I burned the shit out of my chin with cheese already. So there's an update. I'm just doing some light organization because this corner has been bugging me. And honestly, there's still a lot of stuff that I want to change. And about this shelf, like this shelf, I don't know if you can see it from this angle, but I want this to be cookbooks. And right now it's like spices, ghee, and I just put my supplements up here because I don't want them on the counter. But I'm making a cozy little corner. And this is like going to be my little ritual corner. Where I can do my witchy stuff. So I have my cauldron. Also, I need a better situation for all of this. I do not like what's going on there. These need to go somewhere. So I have my little touch lamp. And then I have my cauldron where I burn stuff. And I have my silver spoon. Ooh, thanks, Mom. And then I have my Ganesh crystal. And I also have a Ganesh candle because I'm really into removing obstacles. And then I have my little bell. Ding, ding, ding. So that clears the energy, clears the space. I don't know, that looks messy, but I'm going to work on it. Hey. Hello. I'm trying to make it happen today. I'm trying to get it going. I need some movement. I need some momentum. Yeah, I had therapy this morning and I just like couldn't really do anything until my therapy appointment on Zoom. Did that. Now I have to do some stuff because even though I'm a girl that doesn't know what she's doing, there are things that need to be taken care of. I sold something on my Depop. I have something else I have to mail. I have to check my mail. I have to go to the grocery store. So I'm going to get ready so that I look less like a thumb. And let's just do it. Let's just get to it, queens. Diva on duty. Come on. So I'm just running some errands. I'm at the grocery store to get some staples, some produce. And it has a level in it, a ruler, a little mini ruler. And it has, there's a screwdriver. Hang on. Oh my God, do you hear that wind? See, it has a screwdriver in it. And this is a stylus. And I love a multi-use tool. So I had to get it. It was only $3.99. And this is why I have credit card debt. So fun fact, this shit adds up. But you can't look me in the eye and tell me this was not a necessary purchase. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay, so it's like 7:40 right now. And I'm trying to eat dinner a lot earlier because, oh my God, I hate this tripod so much. It's always moving. Hang on. I'm trying to eat dinner a lot earlier because I have GERD. I'm a GERD girl. And I'm a SIBO girl. And I'm a tummy trouble girl. So I really should stop eating by like 6 p.m. But the way that it's light out, it makes me disoriented and I don't know what time it is. So I always forget that you have to soak the dahl. So I'm just making like a simple moong dahl. And it's just one of the only things I can eat when I'm having tummy troubles. And I feel like it feels a little ulcery lately. Like I'm wondering if I have an ulcer. I've had one before. Because it's like that gnawing sort of feeling, but it doesn't seem to be remedied by eating. And that's like a telltale ulcer thing. So, I don't know. And you might be like, well, why don't you go to the doctor? And don't even get me started, girl. I gave up on Western medicine when it comes to my gut issues because I've been through the ringer with it. That I'm going to do the SIBO protocol again. Probably in the next like 2 weeks, I'm going to start that with low FODMAP. And I'm just tired. I just feel so done with having, like, I've been having tummy troubles my whole life. I want to say like 80% of serotonin is made in the gut. It's some crazy percentage like that. So when you have gut problems, like it affects so many different parts of your body and areas of your life that you wouldn't even necessarily connect it with. Okay, let's make dahl. Let's make some dahl. That's probably good enough. I mean, it's soaked for like 30 minutes. Ideally, you want it to soak longer, but I ain't got time. What we have here is a little bit of peas and rice that I cooked in some ghee. Peas and rice peas. And then I made this dahl. Just a very simple dahl, and I threw some spinach in there. Yum! And I'm gonna top it with some plain Greek yogurt. Delightful. It doesn't look super pretty, but it tastes really yummy. It's laundry day. It's my least favorite day. This is my laundry basket. Just dropped my clothes off at the Pube Palace, aka the laundromat. Hoping like at some point I'm gonna move into a place where I have a washer and dryer. That's my greatest wish. And a bathtub. So anyways, some guy was just looking at me. Anyways, I am vlogging. I was like thinking, I feel like I really need to go on a walk today, especially because there's sun. But I have 30 minutes before I have to change over, so I actually think I'm going to go get a latte. Because I like to treat myself on laundry days, because I really don't like laundry days. So, I'm going to go get a coffee. faux pas of the century. I just went to the movies, forgot to take any video, and I saw Project Hail Mary, took too much of a gummy, cried a lot, and then got home, was about to get into my bed, realized I didn't make my bed because I washed 2 sets of sheets today. And now, even worse than that, I was just ready to get into bed. I'm so tired. Even worse than that, bed's not made. Sheets are actually a little bit damp. I took them out of the dryer too hastily. I have to remedy this. Good news, I found a 3rd pair of sheets under my bed. So this will be for later, and it's damp, so I have to dry this. I have to hang this stuff up tomorrow. Hello? I should really make my bed before I go. I said that earlier. This is one of those situations when you think like, oh, yeah, it's really great to just decide that you're going to do things for your future self. Because if I had made my bed, I would have been so happy and grateful for the self a couple hours ago. For past self. So though I may be in this particular season of life in which I identify as someone who doesn't know what she's even doing, who doesn't even know what's going on, who can't yet see the threads of connectivity. And yeah, maybe this particular season is lasting a hell of a lot longer than I would prefer it to last. But, and that you may resonate with this if you are also a person who's trying to live a creative life and someone who has really committed to try to make a living with their creativity and make it be something that is also financially feasible. It's not easy. It's really not easy. And that's why a lot of people don't take this path. A lot of people have a regular job as they're trying to do something like this and make something like this work. You know, not a lot of people are going all in on their creative thing and like, if this doesn't work, I'm going to be broke. So, and some people would argue it's not very smart, but I'm so hard on myself. And I think a lot of creative people are hard on themselves. And yes, I could go get a 9-to-5. I could go get another traditional job. But once I left my last 9-to-5, I said, fuck no. Once I left that 9-to-5, I said, and it wasn't that particular job or company, like I have a lot of love for them, but I am not someone who is suited for a 9-to-5. I felt like a caged bird. I felt like a bird that had been put handcuffs on its little bird wings and put into a bird prison, a maximum facility bird prison. I felt like Tweety Bird in an orange jumpsuit, okay? And so after I left that, I vowed, I'm going to make this work. I don't know how I'm going to make this work, but I'm going to believe in myself and I'm going to believe that I can do this. Because I see all of these other people, and specifically speaking about making a living with my content creation and my writing, you know, that's a dream. But People are doing that, and I've seen it, and I know that it exists and that it's real. And so why not? Why can't I do that also? And it turned out to be, a little more challenging than I anticipated. So yeah, it's taking longer than I'd like. But one thing, and also it's taking longer than I'd like for me to get to the point here, which is that I'm really hard on myself. And I need to recognize that what I'm doing is not easy. It's not going to be easy. Going at an alternative path, trying to live a creative life, it never was going to be easy. Because if it was, so many more people would do it. You know what I'm trying to say? And I also, like in the past couple months that I've really been working at it, I've gotten more brand deals with aligned brands who align with my values and who have things that I actually use and love, have reached out to do brand deals with me. So more than I have in maybe ever, in a row consecutively. So things are happening, but I'm sitting here thinking like it's still not enough. And I'm still struggling financially. Like I still have debt. It's still not enough. But then it's like, okay, well, when will it be enough? And so I think I have to take a step back and kind of be a little bit grateful that, I got myself to this point. And it's only going to go up from here. So it doesn't happen overnight. And that's the thing too, like looking at social media and like comparing yourself to where you're at. Like I do a lot of that with other creators where I'm like, they're getting on TikTok and Instagram and being like, I made $10,000 on one brand deal. And they have like less or the same amount of following as me. And I'm like, am I freaking lose-ass? Am I freaking loser asshole? Because why? What am I doing that I can't get to that? And whether or not it's true that they're saying that, I mean, honestly, it probably is, because the creator economy is billions of dollars. There is so much money to be made in creator fields. But whether or not it's true, like, I'm on my own path. I'm doing things a different way. And maybe some of those people are accepting brand deals that wouldn't necessarily align with their values ethically. And that's extremely important to me. I can't put something out there and put my name behind something and like stand behind a brand that I don't agree with what they're doing, or they have like shitty materials. Their clothes are made out of shitty materials, or it's like, that's where I'm at with that. So, and I just think like, if you are doing that, if you're putting yourself out there, whatever you're making creatively as an artist, as a creative person, as a musician, if you're putting your stuff out there, you're figuring it out. And another thing is that maybe you're doing something that nobody in your family line, in your lineage, has done. And that's a whole other level to it, is, maybe there's people in your family, especially like coming from a line of Mormon women, a lot of it is like, you're a woman, your job is to take care of your man, take care of your children, you cook, you clean, you take care of the house, you do everything. So, and on top of that, you have to be beautiful and stay young looking and be sexy to your husband. And it's like, holy shit, dog. That's not my path. So it may be that you come from a lineage of women who had dreams, had visions, had talents and skills that they had to then forego or put to bed in order to be this perfect homemaker and marry and have children right away. And they didn't get to explore that. They didn't get to be creative and explore their creativity and explore the possibility of living a life as like an artistic person. That wasn't even in the cards for them. So you're doing ancestral healing. You're doing ancestral work. And I'm serious with that. And that's something that really hit for me today. And I'm not choosing a traditional career. I'm not going to. I'm going to make this work. So it's important to work, is what I'm saying. And it needs to be done by someone. Someone's got to do it, so it's going to be me. Thanks for watching. See you next time.